poverty,
hunger,
health, education,
energy,
inequality,
climate.
peace and justice,
infrastructure.
In 2015, 193 countries met at the United Nations in New York to create a plan for a better world by 2030 called 17 Sustainable Goals.
By 2030, we will be in our mid-20s. We may have even graduated from college,
Establish a career,
bought homes,
married,
and our parents.
We will be invested in the year 2030.
The success of the 2030 Sustainable Goals will be judged on whether or not conditions are better in all countries.
Not just ours.
Of the 17 goals, we each chose one to research.
What do we need to know about it?
What can each of us do about it?
It's our world. We need to do more than just exist in it.
One of the worst issues in the world today. Our goal is to eliminate poverty by 2030. Poverty is defined as living on $2.50 or less a day. Almost half the population lives in poverty, which is 3 billion people. Poverty is caused by many things such as lack of rainfall, low education, overpopulation, and natural disasters. The poorest country in the world is the DRC, or Democratic Republic of the Congo, only making $439 a year per adult. Although the situations may seem bad now, we can still fix this issue. To accomplish our goal, we need to provide health care for everyone, aid people in natural disasters, and provide schooling across the whole earth. If we provide health care for the poor, then it will increase their state of living. If we provide schooling, then many people can get better jobs. By 2030, I believe this is a very accomplishable goal if we all help out. It is very possible in the next 12 years. This is all the time we have for this announcement. Just remember to help out the poor and donate to non-profit organizations.
Did you know that in Asia, 2/3 of the population is hungry, and 66 million primary school-age children worldwide go to school hungry? To me, this is very sad because kids my age aren't eating, but in America, 30 to 40% of food is wasted, which is food we could be giving to kids that are dying from starvation. We should be more considerate about throwing food away and think about how we can save food, or we could donate our food to many different food organizations. I'm sure they'll be happy to take our food. We are changing a kid's life if we donate to a food organization, because we are letting him or her eat and letting him or her enjoy a meal, because sometimes all he or she gets is the lunch at school. Then he or she has to wait until the next day to eat again. I also find it unbelievable that if women farmers got the same materials as male farmers, then hunger in the world would be reduced by 150 million people. Also, 1 in every 15 kids in developing countries die before the age of 5 due to starvation. To me, it's ludicrous that people just throw away food because they're full and they don't consider that kids are starving. They could at least make one kid's day even with a small piece of food, like an apple. By donating to food organizations, please take the kindness out of your heart to donate to an organization such as foodaidfoundation.com.
In 2015, the United Nations met in New York City to create 17 sustainable goals for the world to meet by 2030. One of these goals is to ensure good health and well-being. Did you know that children born into poverty are twice as likely to die before the age of 5 than children born in developed nations? In 2017, 36.9 million people worldwide were diagnosed with AIDS. AIDS is the leading cause of death for adolescents in Africa, and it is the second biggest killer of children worldwide. The UN has goals to improve these conditions. Some of these goals are to end all preventable deaths under the age of 5 and to improve the mortality rate of neonatal surgeries, ending all epidemics of AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and tropical diseases, and to implement stronger regulations on tobacco control. These goals may seem too ambitious, but Helen Keller once said, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." There are many ways to help support these goals. One of these ways is to take care of your mental health. Suicide is the 8th largest cause of death in the United States. Many schools and cities have occasional blood drives to which you could donate. Becoming an organ donor could potentially save 8 lives. Getting proper vaccinations are important to both your health and the health of the public. Many people take their health for granted. However, some people have their health and nothing else.
In September 2015, leaders from 193 countries came together to create the UN Sustainable Goals. The Sustainable Goals were made to improve the lives of people in all countries. The goals address the global challenges that we all face. The UN hopes to complete these goals by the year 2030. Quality education may not seem like a big deal now, but in 12 years it will. The purpose of quality education is to ensure quality education for all and promote lifelong learning. Access to education can increase the number of people who want to help with global problems. In the past decade, major progress has been made towards increasing access to education at all levels, increasing enrollment rates in schools, particularly for women and girls. It also empowers people every day to live more healthy and sustainable lives. Education is also crucial to encouraging tolerance between people and contributes to more peaceful societies. A sustainable goal about quality education is important because if that goal is met, then many other goals can be met, such as no poverty and no hunger. In third world countries, women are forced to work and not go to school. It can also lead to higher wages, greater economic growth, and in third world countries, help with HIV prevention. More than 265 million children are currently not enrolled in school, most of whom live in poverty-stricken areas. Many children that can attend school in third world countries lack basic math and literacy skills to go on to higher grade levels. The reason that many kids in third world countries don't have a quality education is that there is a lack of trained teachers and lack of access to good, clean schools. These are just some reasons why quality education is important for everyone in the world. Quality education can lead to other goals being met. To help with this goal, you can donate to local schools and raise standards for teachers.
We can't go more than 3 days without water. We use it so much, water is an element that we cannot imagine living without. Unfortunately, for some people, they can't imagine life with clean water. 3 out of every 10 people in the world lack access to clean and safely managed water, and 4 billion people don't have clean sanitation facilities. Fortunately, the UN is trying to improve these conditions. There are 2 major target goals that deal with these issues. They are to achieve universal access to clean and affordable water and achieve adequate sanitation and hygiene for everyone by the year 2030. There is also a problem with safely managed water. 11% of deaths caused in children under 5 years old are caused by preventable water-related diseases, and water disasters make up 70% of deaths caused by natural disasters. There are a couple target goals that focus on these issues as well. They are to implement integrated water management and protect and restore water-related ecosystems. However, it doesn't have to be completely up to the UN to help solve the water and sanitation crisis. You can help too. Just a few ways you can help are by donating to charities that help people with low water supply, recycling waste that can be recycled, and not wasting water. Another way you can help is by simply spreading awareness of the water and sanitation issues. If we all realize that this is a real-world problem and work to fix it, everyone can have clean water and sanitation.
If people worldwide switched to energy-efficient light bulbs, the world would save $120 billion annually. Clean energy is a high priority because people are dying due to air pollution, and it's not a small number either. In 2012, 4.3 million people died of air pollution. The world's population is growing rapidly, and that means we can't get power to everybody that needs it. Greenhouse gas is really putting us in trouble because when a greenhouse gas goes into the air, it is putting carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide into the ozone layer, which is growing thin each day. Fossil fuels are getting used up like crazy nowadays because of all the factories and big companies making products for the world. One day, fossil fuels will run out, and we will need to find a clean and safer way to get energy for factories and large companies. All over the world, people are still using wood, coal, and even animal waste to power their houses and buildings. Ways we can help solve this problem are to start conserving energy, like when you leave a room, turn off the light, or when you're done charging a device, unplug the charger. Another way you can help is try not to use a car to go a short distance. Ride your bike instead. If you do that, less pollution will go to the air. The United Nations goal to control clean energy is by 2030 they want to double the rate of improvement in energy efficiency. The UN also wants to make it easier and affordable for people to get clean energy. People not having clean energy is a big problem in the world because a lot of people have families they need to cook for and care for, and they can't do that without power and clean energy.
What if you were swimming in the ocean and you found a turtle with plastic wrapped around it? Would you keep on using single-use plastics, or would you start to reuse and recycle? My sustainable goal was Life Below Water. It mainly focuses on ocean and water pollution. At the end of my presentation, I will show you how you can make a difference. I will be showing you some facts about ocean pollution. Number 1, many marine animals, including whales and turtles, think that plastic is food. This is a major problem, as if they consume it, it will cause many health problems, and it will also disrupt the ecosystem and the life cycle. Number 2, there's a plastic grocery bag found in the Marina Trench, just like this one, which is the deepest point on Earth. It is actually mind-boggling how much trash is in the ocean. Number 3, trash can heavily disfigure animals. If it wraps around an animal as a juvenile, it can actually grow into their body over the course of them growing up. Number 4, by 2100, 30% of all ocean species will be extinct due to ocean pollution. This is a major jump compared with past years. Number 5, every year 8 million tons of plastic enters the ocean. That is 16 trillion tons. Number 6, some examples of pollutants are oil, septic material, trash, dirt, and single-use plastics, such as this coffee pot and this plastic spoon. Number 7, discarded fishing nets kill 300,000 dolphins per year. Number 8, over 1 million seabirds die every single year due to ocean pollution. Number 9, in the past 5 years, the number of trash being dumped has increased by 23%. Number 10, there are 25 trillion bits of plastic debris in the ocean. Number 11, there is an island made of plastic in the Pacific Ocean twice the size of Texas. Number 12, there are over 500 dead zones, which are areas that have become so polluted that animals can't live there, and if they do try to live there, they will die due to the pollution. Here's some ways that you can help. There are many nonprofit organizations that prevent ocean pollution. A few examples are the Ocean Preservation Society, the Blue Ocean Society, and Oceana. These organizations help fund keeping oceans clean and livable. You could also not use or reuse straws and plastic bags. You could also recycle. You could cut up plastic soda reeds so they don't wrap around animals' necks. These small acts will make a large difference.
Life on land is very important to the aspects of life. Without forests and animals, it could make life for humans harder. Our Earth could get more pollution, and we could run low on natural resources. Without different species of animals, other species could overpopulate, causing many other problems in the future. Every year, 13 million hectares of forests are getting destroyed. More than half the land used for agriculture is being affected by soil degradation. This is causing many people who don't have a lot of money to go hungry. ReliefWeb.net states that 12 million hectares of land is lost to drought annually, which is enough land to grow 20 tons of grain. The UN states that forests are home to more than 80% of all terrestrial species, such as animals, plants, and insects. It also says that around 1.6 billion people depend on forests for their livelihood, including 20 million indigenous people. 150 to 200 plant, insect, birds, and mammals go extinct every 24 hours. There are many goals that need to be met, but here are some examples of the goals to get a central idea. Some goals are ensuring the conservation of ecosystems of land and water, halt deforestation and restore it, fight desertification and restore fertile soil, take action to stop animal poaching and trafficking of protected animal species, and keep non-native animal species away from areas they don't belong. If we are going to successfully reach this goal, everyone needs to step in and make a difference. Here are some ways to help. We can all conserve water, set new laws that are more advanced in what we can and cannot hunt, set up more irrigation systems, save natural resources, and recycle more often and reuse products. If the world's people really care and participate, the world can become a better place. You can simply go plant a tree in your backyard or start recycling. Everyone can help by doing small tasks, then life on land will be restored.